What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this we're going over the top 10 mistakes new players make when playing One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you guys haven't been here before, make sure you guys hit the like button down below as well as the subscribe button down below so you guys make sure the content keeps growing, keep sure we get more and more content on the channel. And if you guys do want to get notifications every time I drop a video, make sure you hit the bell notification right next to it so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Without further ado, let's go into the top 10 list of what new players do. So the first thing people do really early in the game is they go to their evolve tab and they're like, yeah, I got these new units. Oh my god, I can evolve this unit. I'm gonna evolve them right away, and I'm just gonna go in. Yes! No, don't do that. It's bad. So one of the big things that happens when you evolve a unit is it will increase their cost substantially. When you increase the unit's cost, that's gonna make it so you cannot build that team. At a higher level, you get team costs that are just massive. You get like 500, 600 team costs. Like at really high levels, you get really high team costs. But when you're really low level, you're struggling for that team cost. So you really got to push for that. And at every other level, what happens is you're going to get a little bit of team cost. One level, you're going to get stamina increase. The other level, you'll get an XP cost increase. And it goes back and forth, over and over again until, forever basically. Yeah, never stops. So you can see my team cost is 588, so I can put like, 5 level 99 units on this team and I wouldn't even be able to blink. I literally can build any team in the entire game. I would never have a problem with team cost. That, I think around like level 300 something is when you can build any team in the game without worrying about anything at all. I mean, besides, putting level 99 units on your team. Meaning it up. Like in the 200s to 300 range is really when you get to that point where you're like, okay, I have no problems building any team I want to. It's really good idea to not evolve too early. Before you get to level 100, you really shouldn't evolve any legendary units. And before level 150, somewhere between level 100 to 150 is when you should be evolving your legendary units. Before then, probably not the best idea to do it. I know it sounds like a really good idea early on to do it and get those bigger stat increases and hit harder, but to be honest, you're just gonna hurt yourself. Because even if you want all these, amazing stats, you want to get your units all maxed out and get the sockets and the scale ups and everything, there's a lot of other things you got to do first. The number one thing that people do too early is evolve too quickly. The second thing people do is they're like, you know what, I am having trouble with this content. I need to pull. And they go to the most recent banner, whatever's up, they're like, let's go, let's pull. I got gems right now, I'm gonna pull, I'm going in. And no, don't do that. That's how you lose. That's really how people like lose all their gems and then they're not able to build up their accounts properly. It's like, okay, well, I won't do a multi-pull. I'll do single pulls. That's number 3. Number 3 thing that new players do to make as a mistake is they do single pulls. Do not do single pulls in this game. Not only do you miss out on the 11th poster, which is a whole nother unit that you would get, you also miss out on all the different feature rewards when you pull with a multi-pull. Now, One Piece Treasure Cruise is really centered around doing multi-pulls. When you do a multi-pull, you actually get much more rewards than you do if you do a single pull, and that's on every single banner. So never do single pulls. This is on global version or Japanese version. Never ever do single pulls. Always do multi-pulls. The main reason for that is you get so many more rewards. There's guaranteed legends, there's things like that. Just, it's not a good idea. Don't do it. Another thing people do is they're like, you know what? I can't do anything with by the way, this new update is super annoying. I can't do anything because I have no box space. The next thing new players don't do is they forget to buy box space. And they're like, you know what? I don't want to buy box space. I want to be able to pull for crazy amounts of units. I want to go in. If you're a free-to-play player, you're like, I don't know. I really want to pull for these new units, but you can't because you need box space. So the number 4 thing, of course, is when people don't get box space, you can't progress in the game. You can't keep going. I'd say by level 150, you probably want about 500 box space. If you don't have at least 500 box space by level 150, you're really missing out on a lot of the opportunity that you can have in the game, a lot of farming potential that you could have, a lot of books you can farm. And even with the most recent global update, as well as the update that's now on Japan, been on Japan One Piece Treasure Cruise with stacking skill books, you're still going to need lots and lots of box space to hold all of these skill books that you want to get. So let's say you do want to pull in the future and you want to get those legendary units. You're going to be farming a lot of Fortnites. That's just how it is. The nature of the game, you farm Fortnites, you farm raid bosses and everything, and you just get lots and lots of these skill books, and they just keep stacking up. I have 28 Akainu books right now. I don't even have Akainu. I have 25 Blackbeard books. Don't even have them. I have 12 Kuzan books. I could probably vendor these because, I already maxed my Kuzan. But if I ever wanted the second one, then I have the books already. So the thing with skill books is that they're going to be valuable for a very long time. As long as there is a unit that you want or a unit that you could level up, always a reason to keep these skill books. Sometimes you can't even get rid of them because let's say you do an event and you just keep running the event over and over over and over and over again. And you end up with 89 law books. Yeah, 89 law books. Well, you're gonna be really, really happy you have it if you ever pull law. But for right now, just hold on to those books. I can't get rid of these because I just have so many. It would take so long to get rid of all the extra books. So just hold on to them. Number 5 thing that people do because they don't want to buy box space or because they just don't care or don't know any better is people sell evolvers and they sell units. So if you have a bunch of evolvers and you want to make sure that you're able to evolve units anytime you can, there's going to be a big portion of your box that's going to be just evolvers. I'm gonna let you know right now, big portion of your box. If you don't have these evolvers right away, you're going to just sit there at like level 200, 250, 300 and you'd be like, I want to play the game, but I have to wait to play the game so I can get these evolvers that come out on Thursday, but I don't want to wait till Thursday. I want to evolve them now, so I'm going to spend a gem to get the, yeah. It's a trap that you don't want to fall down. You're going to basically want to keep a good set of evolvers. I'd say at minimum you probably want at least 5 of every type of evolver at any given time. I go to around 10 of each evolver just because I don't want to, hurt myself. And I'm late enough in the game where if I have 10 of each evolver, I'll get even more. But at that point, sell evolvers. If you get over 10 of any evolver, you probably shouldn't be selling evolvers until you're like level 300. And that's pretty consistent because there's tons and tons and tons of units to evolve out there. If I look at my character box right now, I can see that I have literally almost, I think over 500 units that are in this box. Yeah, over 500. Over 500 units in my box that I have evolved. That is a crazy number of units that I have farmed out, evolved, and got ready. And that's what it takes to get to these kinds of levels and just get these kinds of units all maxed out and get them how you want to get them. I mean, I can't get to like Shattered Fortress level or anything like that anytime soon because of how often I would have to play this account and how much I would have to farm things. Obviously your time is important. You want to make sure everything's like managed properly, so just make sure you get the box space. Very important there. Number 6 thing people do is people just skip story mode. They don't do the missions, they don't do anything. They just go, you know what, I see this story mode, but I don't want to finish these missions. I don't want to do all the rest of the stuff. I just want to go to Fortnite's and just go in. I don't really want to do this stuff. Now if you do that and you don't finish the missions, you're probably never gonna, unless you get to this really big content lull. And the thing with Japan One Piece Treasure Cruise is there's always content now. There used to be a time about 6 months ago or a year ago where there would be content lulls and people would be like, oh man, dude, I don't want to play One Piece Treasure Cruise. There's nothing to do. But now there's always something to do, which is super crazy. Lately, I've had less to do. I've had to do content in spurts where I have to play super hardcore for like a week and then stop for like 2 days, and then play super hardcore for like a week and then stop for like 2 days. And it just goes in spurts like that. The big thing is you really want to go through all the story mode. I'd say once you get to about somewhere, I'd say all the way to about Water 7, you can just go through without having to worry about anything. And if you can get through all the way through Water 7 without actually having to do any Fortnites or anything like that, great. The reason you want to do story mode is you get lots of gems. If you're lower level, then it consistently just gives you small amounts of XP, which is what you want. You don't want large amounts of XP really early on. You really want to do small amounts of XP so you can maximize the amount of stamina and maximize the amount of stamina overflow. You got Chopper Man missions that get lots of XP. There's lots and lots of ways to get yourself burst XP really quickly. You do not want to level up too quickly. You want to make sure that you can get through as much story mode as possible before you start worrying about how to optimize your stamina. At that point, then you can like start going back and forth between Fortnites to get a little bit of XP, get close to leveling up, use some story mode, then go back to Fortnites to finish leveling up, and just going back and forth and ping pong between the two as you level up. That's the most efficient way you can go through your stamina and make sure that you're consistently leveling up and getting everything you need. There are a lot of 2x XP events that come out on Japan One Piece Treasure Cruise, probably once every 2 months. So every time those come out, definitely try to maximize the amount of time you spend on those. You're ping ponging between the two. Number 7 thing that people do is they pull outside of SugoFest. This is a banner that's outside of SugoFest. You can see there's a 20th anniversary Straw Hats on here. There's the new Rouge on here, and like, oh man, I really want those units. No, don't pull outside of SugoFest. I actually have a whole separate other SugoFest guide guiding people on exactly where they should be pulling, how they should be spending their gems there, and making sure that they do the right thing and spend their gems on the correct SugoFest. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, make sure you click the link at the end of the video or the link up at the top of the screen with the card. Number 8 thing people do is, you know what? I have no box space left. I am going to go over to these units I have here, and I'm just gonna YOLO feed them. It's not even skill up right now. I'm gonna YOLO feed them all. right to the same unit right away. I'm just gonna YOLO feed. And they YOLO feed before they evolve the unit, they YOLO feed before anything, just because they ran out of box space or because they just think that it's a good idea to do it. No, don't. Stop. The thing you wanna always wait for is 2 times skill. The reason, if there's nothing above, if you go to your character walks here and there's nothing above here that says special up ×2 if you're on global, or if you're in Japan, there's two separate lines. That's 1 line here and 1 line here. If you don't see that, then it is time to stop and buy box space, because you need to. If you don't have gems, I'm sorry. You didn't manage your gems properly. Shouldn't have pulled on those pseudos. Number 8 thing people do is, you know what? My account is just not good enough. I think that I really need another legend on this account, but I can't play this account anymore because I'm stuck. I'm gonna reroll. No, don't reroll. If you've rerolled once, you're done. You rerolled. You're already done. You started your account. You're good. If you reroll more than once, now you're just playing around with the new characters and you're not actually trying to progress in the game. You're just gonna burn yourself out on like leveling up new accounts and doing YOLO pulls and not actually playing the game. And you're gonna then just not have fun. If you do enjoy that, and that's the only thing you like to do is level up new characters, level up new accounts, and just play with those new characters with their own batch but no other units and not try to clear new content, it's all you, whatever you want to do. If you like that, great. But if you want to progress in the game, it's probably not the best idea to keep rerolling. Number 10 thing people do is they quit because they don't know what content to run. The progress in the game is you want to do story mode. You get to a point where you can't do story mode anymore. You have to farm Fortnites. You go to your extra island tab, and then you start doing the Fortnites, which will be these early Fortnites here. They're all set up for you. The ones you want to farm are going to be Alvita. Get one copy of Arlong, Kobe, you want to max out Kobe and Telmeppo, and Smoker. Those are the units that are still okay to this day. Helmeppo is a bind reducer. There are other bind reducers in the game. There are other characters that are great. Kobe is an orb booster, still very good. Really good, really easy Fortnite. Smoker is a damage reducer. Now people give Smoker a lot of crap. The main reason Smoker's kind of annoying, you have to evolve him twice. One of the few characters in the game that you have to evolve twice. Him and Giltasoro, I think, are the only ones that I can think of right now. They do have to evolve twice. Alvita is a damage reducer. Very, very good free-to-play unit. Very easy to get, and it's always available. The other units you want to farm are whatever Fortnites are available at that time. If you can beat them, great. If you want, the main things that you should focus on if you need a Fortnite clear is the Fortnite unit good, and do I need the skill books out of the fort? If there's no Fortnites out where you need the skill books, and there's no Fortnites out where you need any good units, then you can move on to other content. The other things you want to farm are, of course, the event content. You can see right now this is the event island. You can see what the drop table is. There's not really much you get out of here. You can get cotton candy, you get Zoro sockets and Luffy sockets. There's also raids that are available. There's event raids sometimes that come out, and there's normal raids that come out. So if you do want to do any of these are mainly for socketing and skilling up your raid bosses, or they're for socketing and skilling up your other characters. If you have the Rare Recruit Heracles in, you can use this one to socket your Rare Recruit Heracles in. If you have Coliseum Zephyr, you can just raid Zephyr to level up, or you can socket out your raid Zephyr and level them up. This Zephyr unit is super duper old. It's over 2 years old, and it's still a good unit. It's not the best unit, obviously, but it's still a very good unit. I still use this unit. I think I used this unit like a month ago. Yeah, I think a month ago. It's over 2 years old, and I still use this unit. Heracles, I don't really use this unit anymore. You just try to figure out what you want to do as far as the raid content goes. And after that, once you get to the end of it, then start focusing on the Colosseums. Now, once you get your 40 stamina raids done, you can make sure you get Mihawk done, make sure you get some Zephyr done, Heracles, and whatever you gotta do. Even Monster Chopper if you want to. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. Then you can start focusing. I think this one's Colosseum. Nope, that's news. This one? That's Adventure Mode. Then you can start focusing on your Colosseum. Oh, that's Fortnite. Where is Colosseums? Here it is. Holy crap, that was really hard to find. You have to go to the menu, the other menu, and it's right here, Colosseum. They moved it so hard. Okay, so here's the Colosseum land. You can actually see the schedule. Man, that was really hard to find. They made it way harder. I'm happy about these two. Yay, I have stuff to do now. I'm excited. The Colosseums are mix and match. Some are good, some are bad. Like, if we look at this set right here, this unit was useful for one other Colosseum, so he's trash. This unit was good a long time ago, is no longer good, only good for one team, but that team is not used anymore by anyone. It's a Croc team. This unit was never good. Really good for socketing your Diamantes. I never even did that. Screw that. I just socket tomed him because this Colosseum's too annoying. A Poo. This is pretty good. So a Poo is kind of worth grabbing. So if you don't have Free Spirit attack boosters, this is a really good Free Spirit attack booster to get. These change regularly. You can see they come out all the time. This is the brand new Colosseum coming out. These are really good for socketing your Boa Marigold and Boa Cindersonia. Conjuro is really good. Aruja's crap. Colosseum Lucia, very good unit. Can be farmed on a lot of difficulties. Now, there are certain units that can be farmed on the lower difficulties. Colosseum Lucy was very nice. They actually let you farm him on the medium difficulty. So when he comes out, definitely a good idea to farm him, even if you're a lower level player, on the medium difficulty. Really, really difficult Colosseum to farm on the Chaos difficulty, even for endgame players. So just know that if you can't farm him, it's okay on the hard difficulty. Just farm him on the medium difficulty. You'll be okay. The drop rate's still like 40% or so that's still pretty good. All of these units are very, very good and useful for endgame players. This unit's very good for every person as a Lucy team or just in general. Colosseum Marco is really good for like speed farming teams and certain powerhouse teams. This Ors was good at the time when he came out, but he's not good anymore. And this Inarashi is semi-useful actually. So if you do need a Psy captain, this is a really good Psy captain. He's a 2.75 Psy lead, and he's got a really good special as well. Colosseum Shiryu, also useful. Colosseum Sulamon, not very useful, but could be useful. And the rest of these are crap. There are some lower level Colosseums that are really good. This one's really good, this Colosseum Gin unit for speed farming teams. Only for speed farming teams, but nothing else. And there are other Colosseums that you can farm, but they change regularly. You never know exactly what you're going to get. Just make sure that you're keeping up on the Colosseum dates and times, so you know exactly when it is going to occur. Alright guys, well I am Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. And of course, have a great rest of your day. Peace.